So if you're looking to insure your highly or slightly modified car, this is going to be the video for you. If you find this video helpful or informative, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. It helps out the channel. So why do you want to insure a modified car? And the reason for that is, I put a lot of money into this car. And as of right now, if you did not have a completely covered car, if I were to crash my car tomorrow, despite all the money I've put into it, my insurance company is going to say, what's the KBB on a 2001 Toyota MR2 Spider? And all that money I have is lost. You and me, we both want to avoid that. We want to make sure that if we have a total loss, we'll be completely covered. And even if we don't have a total loss, we have a small loss where we have a bumper is damaged or something like that, we'd be covered in that right as well. There's two routes you can use to insure your modified car. There's going to be the traditional route with people like Geico, Nationwide, Progressive, all those guys. There's going to be the specialty route with insurance companies that may not be household names, like Haggerty, like Grundy, like Safeco. Companies that specialize in insuring modified or classic cars. And the huge benefit of going with a specialty company that, like we just mentioned, is that you could say, in the event of a total loss, I want to make sure I get this much money. This is how much money I'll get if my car is totaled, and we're agreeing on the car's value. When it comes to a regular insurance company, you don't know how much they value your car. It's likely going to be very close to KBB, but they won't tell you what the value is. It can only be assessed at the time of the wreck. With agreed value, you say, hey, I want to be covered for this amount, and they will write a policy and give you a monthly rate that corresponds to the amount you want to be covered for. And that is, by and large, the easiest route that you could use. But the problem for that with me, and which I'm sure it might be a lot of you who are watching this video, is that all those companies require you to have a second car. And a second car that is a daily driver that is going to be insured with Geico, one of the normies, right? Because they don't want to cover a car that you're daily driving. That's not their business model. And I don't have a second car. Despite only driving my car about 3,000 miles a year, it doesn't matter. Like, if I want to be insured with this company, they said you need a second car, and you need to have it covered by Geico or somebody else. So that's not really in the scope of possibilities for me living in Washington, D.C. And then the other option, another thing that's kind of problematic about that, is that if you read the fine print in the insurance, they all seem to be pretty particular on what you could use your car for. They want to make sure that you're using it for pleasure. But how they define pleasure isn't clearly defined. But they do explicitly sometimes call out things like for transportation, which, okay, what does that mean? You're not using your car for transportation. And things like, oh, we don't want you to be using your cars to go get groceries. So there are limitations on what you can and cannot do with your car, right? And especially if it is your only car, you're not going to want any limitations. You're going to want to do whatever you want to do. But if you have a garage queen or your life is set up such that you're never going to take your car to go get groceries or something like that, maybe those insurance carriers are better for you because there won't be a scenario where you might not be covered, right? However, if you don't fall into that camp, you're going to want to insure your car through Geico, through Nationwide, through State Farm. These companies who cover your car as a daily driver. The only problem with the majority of these companies is how they view modifications. So, for example, let's say that you bought a pair of three-piece wheels for your car, and let's say $4,000 set of three-piece wheels, $1,000 per rim. So just to make it easy, flush number. If all your tires got stolen, right? Your insurance company, you report to your insurance company, my wheels got stolen, please cover me for them. They're going to look at the stock price of a wheel for your car, right? And they'll only pay up to that much. If you want them to cover the price of your custom wheels now, you're going to have to tell your insurance company, Like, hey, I have these wheels on my car now, please have that reflected in my policy. So before, they'd only go up to $300 per wheel, or however much the wheel costs, stock from the OEM. Or now that you have appropriate coverage, they will cover you all the way up to the full amount. And that's nice, right? But that's not the only thing that we're worried about. The problem with most insurance companies is that you can give them all the modifications that you have, right? But it will not affect how they value your car. So for example, most insurance companies are going to total a car around 60% of its perceived value, right? So let's say you have a $7,000 car and you have a $4,000 set of rims. If you get all your rims stolen, that could potentially total your car, right? I mean, they will salvage it. And you don't want that. You want a scenario where an insurance company says, okay, even if KBB or whatever values your car at this much, that we're also going to include the price of your modifications in the value of the car. And to my knowledge and through my research, the only company that I found that does this is Liberty Mutual. So Liberty Mutual, if you go to them and you say, hey, this is the value, I understand you guys can't particularly tell me what the value of my car is, but we could assume maybe it's going to be somewhere around KBB. But I'm also declaring these modifications. Not only will I be covered piece by piece, part by part with my modifications, but if I were to total my car, I get the price, whatever it perceives to be the agreed value, whatever it perceives to be the value of the car, not the agreed value, but whatever it perceives to be the value of the car, plus the price of the modifications. But before I continue, please keep in mind that I was never able to get anything talking to these insurance companies in writing. I imagine insurance is a very litigious business, so they don't want to put anything in writing. So make sure that don't take everything I'm saying here for face value. Hopefully this video can be used as a springboard to help you get insurance for your modified vehicle and make the decision that's best for you. And the great thing about Liberty Mutual is that they will consider the price of your car, which they will not tell you because it's not an agreed value. So the price of your car that they deem at the accident, plus the price of the modifications, right? So that way, even though it's not agreed value, you're at least going to get the price of all the modifications that you put in if your car gets totaled, and you're going to get the price of the car. So you have a larger array of coverage, and you don't have any of the restrictions that are going to be used with any of the specialty carriers. Whenever I saw this from Liberty Mutual, it just seemed too good to be true. I called multiple times because I wanted to make sure that I understood this is how it really works, because the rate was even cheaper than what I was paying before. But that's how they represented it. And again, I was not able to get any of this in writing. While talking to at least 3 different Liberty Mutual employees, they all told me the exact same thing. So, in my opinion, if you have a modified car, Liberty Mutual is the only way to go if you do not have a second car, if it's not 100% necessary that you get stated value and you know exactly what the dollar amount you're going to get if your car is unfortunately totaled. So if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you've been grinding, trying to figure out how to insure your vehicle. Does this track with what you've been hearing? And if it hasn't, make sure to include that in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. If you like cars, this is hopefully a car channel, and you'll be seeing more from me shortly. Alright, thank you very much, and have a good weekend, guys.